Hi, how are you guys doing today? I would be lying if I said I'm not exhausted. If you watched my last video, you already heard my daughter's had a cold, her first cold, and she's also teething. That means it's been a rough couple weeks in this house. If you hear her yelling upstairs, it's because she's teething and she's in a mood. But anyways, that has nothing to do with today's video. Are you enjoying my bangs? I hope so. I am. I'm a little scatterbrained from the lack of sleep. But anyways, yes, today's video is all about affordable products, first impressions, for the most part. For the most part, okay? Yeah. See, brain, not working. Most of these will be first impressions, but a couple of these are my tried and true. So if you want to see me play around with some new to me, drugstore, affordable products, then just keep watching. Wow. It's like you've never done this before. So today's video is going to be all about, So today's video is going to be all about affordable and or drugstore products. Most of these will be first impressions, but some of these I have used before. If you love videos about makeup, fragrance, lifestyle, and mom brain, then definitely make sure you click that subscribe button, join the fam, you will not regret it. And yeah, so if you want to see me play around with some new products, then just keep watching. Disclaimer, if you didn't notice, I do have my face done already. The products I featured on my face, I really felt like deserved their own video because I've been loving them, seriously, like loving them. I've even gotten questions on Instagram, like what complexion products are you using? So I knew I needed to share them with you guys. That video will be linked down below. It was should be my last video that I put up, but again, it'll be in the description box. So yeah, if you want to see what's on my complexion, then check that out. Now, the one thing I need to do, because I'm feeling like naked over here without my eyebrows done, is put on some brows. I have been loving, so this one is not a first impression, the NYX Brow Tint Pen. This is in the shade Ash Brown. It works really well with my darker hair, and I've been liking this. I honestly haven't been doing a lot of hair-like strokes. I've just been using it to fill in my brows, so I'll zip through this so you can check out how it works. So I really just fill in like the whole brow, but then do the hair-like strokes in the front, and I feel like it gives me enough of a natural look, but also makes me look like my brows and my hair match. Now, I don't think this is drugstore. I got it off of the Morphe website like way back when. I don't know if it's available at Ulta. I'll have to check. If it is, I'll link it down below. But this has been the base I've been using for my eyeshadows. It's the P. Louise base. I saw Nikki Tutorials always using this, and I really have enjoyed it. It does a good job. Do you guys have a good drugstore eyeshadow primer? I always was like really diehard either Urban Decay or Too Faced eyeshadow primer. I use an eyeshadow primer basically every day. I have very creasy lids, and it truly does make a difference on my eye look. Like my eyeshadow will stay put all day if I use a primer. If I don't use a good primer, then it will definitely crease up on me big time. So I'm a pretty diehard eyeshadow primer person. I know a lot of people use concealer. For me, concealer would never stay put for the day. So these are the products I picked up at Ulta last night, and I'm really stinking excited about them. It has been a while since I've bought makeup. If you're not new to my channel, then you know I have really been trying to use up products. I'm really trying not to buy much. Like, I really have been good about, I've been buying perfume, but I haven't been buying makeup, so I've been really good about it. I've really been trying to use up what I have. I hate being wasteful, but I was browsing around Ulta yesterday for fun because I've been in the house for basically 2 weeks besides going to work, because with my daughter not feeling well, we haven't been wanting to take her out in public until she gets over this cold. And I told my husband, I was like, I need out of this house. So I went to Target, I went to Ulta, I browsed for a little bit. I needed out. And browsing at Ulta can be dangerous. I saw some stuff and I was like, yeah, I gotta try it. So this is the That's Taupe palette. It was actually out on the shelf, but the girl went in the back and found it for me. I don't know why this one just called my name. I'm usually not a super, like, neutrals gal. Is this a wet formula? Ooh, okay, I think this one is like one of their wet formulas, but there was just something about this. Maybe it's with the dreary winter weather we're having, but I was like, I just want to try that so bad. And then there was 2 of their Super Shocks that I was like, Those look beautiful. I, again, haven't bought a Super Shock in forever because downside to Super Shock is if you don't use them, they will dry up. Plus side is they're really affordable. I think the eyeshadow palette was like 14 bucks, so it was very affordable. And I think these are like $7. I got the shades Fine Pearl and Ritz, and I just thought these were so beautiful. Like, look at that. Oh, oh, that's beautiful. In my head, what I was envisioning is on the days, this one is really cool. On the days where I just felt like doing just about nothing on the lid, but like wanted a little something on there, I just thought these would be it. And I cannot lie, I was watching Kathleen Lights the other day and she had on like a taupey, really metallic eyeshadow, and that was all she had on. At least that's all it appeared to be. There was like no super smokiness to it. Like it just looked like that's what she had blown out all over the lid, and it looks so beautiful on her that I was like, you know, Kathleen wears taupe on Tuesdays, so I need to wear taupe on Tuesdays. So the only downside is I do feel like these are a bit more sheer than I was expecting. I thought they were going to come across way more metallic. Ritz is definitely more in your face. I think the Ultra Pearl, if I was going to say avoid one, Ultra Pearl's not doing it for me. It's just, there's like virtually no color to the base where Ritz stands out a little bit. Ooh, oh, so pretty. I really like this warm taupey color, but then I also love this one here. I think I'm going to go in with Pebble Beach, which is this tan one first. Yep, I love this color. Ooh, it's coming across even more. It's funny, in the pan it looks very tan, but on the lid it's very taupe. It's definitely that perfect mixture of brown and gray. I am going to try going in with a little bit of Boa, which is the lightest in here, and just kind of softly buff that out. Because I wasn't sure how dark that was going to get. It does seem like these appear lighter in the pan than they go on, so just keep that in mind, but those just blended out like a dream. Literal dream. A literal dream. Snake Eyes looks really beautiful. I think this one is a powder, but it's so... Oh. Ooh, that's beautiful. Cold Blooded is very gray. It's really like a silvery gray. It's not as much pigment in there as I would have expected. Slated feels like a Super Shock to me. I think it has to be. I just put that right over that other one from earlier that does nothing. The only thing I don't love about a Super Shock in a palette is it will probably dry out fairly quickly because it's not getting sealed. But we shall see. I do kind of want to go in with this Ritz one. It's really pretty. The Super Shock. One thing that is nice is you can just like go in with your fingers. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Okay, over top of that taupe. Oh wow. This is a literal dream. This is a dream. Okay, this looks even prettier than I expected. That is like one of those statement eyes that is so simple that it looks like you tried so hard or you used like a really expensive product and you're like, no, it cost me like $7 and it took me like 5 minutes. Like, ooh, it gives you that like almost like, my brain is totally not working at all. Glossy lid look, because like it's so... Oh, I'm in love, you guys. I'm in love. First, real fast, lotion break. My hands are so dry. Changing diapers all day. I wash my hands constantly, and my hands are just like wrinkled up old witch's skin, literally. Okay, do I want to put a little smoke in this eye? Yes. I definitely want to try out this Bedrock Brown over here, the darkest brown. I don't want to go like super smoky. I'm not trying to be like va va voom today. I'm literally doing nothing. We might go for a walk. But, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm like so impressed with these ColourPop eyeshadows. These are the kind of shadows that blend out so easily. You feel like a pro, but it's really, the formula is so good. It's just so easy to blend out. You have to put like no effort into it. Not kidding you, obsessed with this palette. I do not regret spending this $14 at all. I don't want to be like super bronzed up or contoured today. So I think I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible powder. This is in the shade Ivory Buff and it's just barely too deep for me right now. So this will give me just a little tiny bit of color to my skin without being bronzer. That is a trick if you don't want to be like bronze, but you want just like a little bit of dimension. You can go in with a powder that's just barely darker than your actual skin. So the new cheek product is also ColourPop. Am I forgetting something yet? No, I don't think so. I did powder my skin after I put on my complexion products, and that is a real test for me because I love powder. So if I'm going to use a cream blush product, it has to work over top of powder. I like never skip powder. Should I finish my eyes first, or should I just try this? Maybe I'll finish the eyes just in case I get fallout. I think I'll go in with a little bit of that bedrock, that deep brown. I'm going to dust off my brush because I don't want to go too crazy. And then for fun, I did pick up this because it really intrigued me. This is their new color sticks. And it said it was like an easy eyeshadow crayon. They're very thin compared to most eyeshadow crayons, like very thin. It's kind of like a penny, a color of a penny. It's described as a golden champagne, but to me that's kind of like way more like rose gold, but I thought it was really beautiful. So I thought about putting a little bit in my lower lash line just to kind of see how they work. For the lower lash line, they're not as creamy as I would like, but maybe as I kind of use it more, that top layer will come off and be a little bit softer. It was a little firm. I could see how it would work better on the upper lid. A little bit of slated from the palette and pop that in the inner corner. I'm going to use this pointed end of the brush. I don't have a good time. Okay, that's not going to work. I've never had a good time using ColourPop Super Shocks with a brush. Let me try one other. This is the Essence Smoky Eyes brush. Maybe this one will work a little bit better. It has to be like the perfect type of brush to really pick it up. I don't even think that's doing it. Nope, finger it is. It's just hard to get that inner corner with the finger. There we go. Ooh, it makes a beautiful inner corner highlight. If there was one thing I was going to say, it'd probably be skip this. But now let's go on with this Cheek Dew Serum Blush. And I don't know the best way to use this because I don't even know if I've ever honestly used a serum blush. Like ever. The only cream blush I've really gotten into is the e.l.f. Potted Cream Blush, so I feel like that's such a different consistency. But the reason why I wanted to try an actual liquid blush is my only complaint with the e.l.f. is the fact that the pot starts to get really dirty with like lint and brush hairs, and that kind of grossed me out, so I was like, I'm not loving that. Okay, I'm going to just put a little bit of that cream blush in the shade, what shade did I get? In So Cosmo. I'm going to just work it onto the brush with the back of my hand and try just kind of stippling it in. Now this is over powder, so this is a real test. Does it work? It's supposed to give you a dewy finish. I don't hate how the brush is applying it though, so that's good. If you're not a fingertips person, then there is hope it works with the brush. I bet the e.l.f. cream blush brush would work really well with this. This is the e.l.f. stippling brush. I actually really like that cream blush. That looks really nice. If you just want super, like it's super natural, like you're not going to have a lot going on there, but it's really pretty. I bet this would be just from what I've seen, it would compare to, gosh, my hands, my brain, my hands, nothing's working. I think this would compare to kind of the M Cosmetics vibe, her liquid blush, like just how it's very natural, very dewy. I like it. Alrighty, now the last new product I picked up for a first impression is Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Stain. This is in the shade Sugar Snap. This looks so pretty. I was like, I have to try it. And I thought it would go pretty well with the other colors I had picked out. Like, is that not the perfect fall winter color? This is in the shade Bumble. I'm just going to do like a slight little bit of lip liner. Just a little bit, just to help kind of keep that outer lip line intact. I like the brush so far. Ooh, it's very thin. I love a good thin liquid lip. And I just feel like this is going to be a liquid lip that's not going to like be so drying. I can't stand. I don't think I have any liquid lips left in my collection because the matte ones, my lips can't take it. And I feel like this has that perfect peachy undertone. I'm a big fan of a peachy undertone. The brush is actually pretty precise. It's nice. It's not too big, not too small. Let's give it just a moment to dry down, but so far I'm loving that color. I almost feel like it's one that I probably shouldn't like do this too much because it almost seems like it needs time to set a little bit, because I feel like I've already lost just a little bit of coverage here. I've been loving this LA Girl Volumatic Full-On Volumizing Mascara. It's like good, it's really affordable, and I think I also want to put on just like my skin. Honestly, like I'm actually like really happy with how my skin looks right now because this is with powder, and I feel like I still have just like a really pretty hydrated look. And I was gonna go in with this Trader Joe's Watermelon Facial Mist, but honestly, like even with powder, my skin doesn't look dry at all. But I am definitely going to put on some mascara, which I shouldn't have combed my bangs. This mascara is very black. It is very volumizing. It comes a little close to spidery, but I like a little clump in my mascara. Okay, I do feel like the lips dried down a little bit, where it doesn't feel so pliable. But it definitely still glossy. There's a little tiny bit of a tack to it since it is a gloss stain, but it's extremely comfortable. It's not sticky, like it's not doing that weird thing where it's like pulling apart between my lips. Overall, I must say, like, I'm obsessed with this entire look. It looks very natural. Like, this is like my new kind of style since having a kiddo. I need products that look really good, work really easily, and I don't have to put a lot of thought or effort into it, and like just make me go out the door feeling more confident and more like myself, you know, not just messy hair and covered in drool and baby food. So this is the kind of thing I'm loving. I really love how these products played together. I'm really happy with the color combos. I'm happy with the formulas. The only one, like I said, that I would be like, you don't really need is the color stick. It's not life-changing. It's not terrible. It's not life-changing. It's probably very equivalent to the e.l.f. New shadow sticks that were okay. I just didn't love. I'm kind of in the same boat. It was an impulse buy. I think I've learned my lesson. I'm just not a huge shadow stick kind of gal. But yeah, you guys, that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a fuzzy. It was seriously fun to sit down and play with makeup, and honestly, I feel like you guys helped me wake up a little bit. I feel a little bit more motivated and ready to take on the day. So yeah, that's everything for today. If you have any drugstore products that you want to share with me or the fam, make sure you leave it down below. And as always, please try to stay positive, because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.